What's going on, fellas? Got the Niners game here up. What we're going to do here is we're going to go through a couple of plays, put it on YouTube. I'm going to continue the full game. If you want to join my Discord, just leave me a message, Geronimo22 on Discord. Same as my name here. Just send me a message. Let me know you want to join my Discord. Just a good place to talk ball, and I'll put these full-length videos there. So no, YouTube, the patience is a little bit thin for things over 10, 20 minutes. But, there you can probably get the full hour video of this thing. And I think this is a good game to watch. It's really tough for me as a Niners fan to watch this. I've been putting up some Kyle Shanahan content from an offensive point of view. Uh, we're going to watch this thing, and then we're also going to look at it from a defensive point of view because obviously Mike McDonald has a nice little system. He's playing this big nickel system basically full time, and it's really good versus these hybrid offenses that I call personnel wise, where they're going to come out in 21, 12, and line up in a bunch of different formations. Well, this whole system is built off of a big safety sitting here, number three at rookie, and then three other safeties that can kind of work together in two corners. So it's kind of a nice little deal. All right. So take a look at it and go from there. And this is live. I haven't really watched this. So bear with me. We're going to watch it like we would if we were in the film room. All right. So let's just look at it first from the offensive point of view, since that's a lot of what we've been doing with Kyle Shanahan. And there's a lot of window dressing on every play. I think that's the thing that really stands out, that the defense is not affected by all these motions. I mean, they go from bunch to 2 by 2. They bring a guy over. He ends up becoming a 3 by 1 the opposite way. At the end of the day, they just run, it looks like an inside zone split play. We see it better from the end zone. Uh, we get a missed block with our on the edge, and then there's our inside guys for the Niners get no movement whatsoever. So let's take a look at it. They do actually get a little bit movement here, not too bad. But I mean, the Seattle Seahawks are playing, looks like a too high shell. Nothing extraordinary here. Could be playing cover two, could be playing cover six, doesn't really matter. We're getting the double teams here, working up on the two interior players. I'm assuming he's going to work back to block him. He's going to come back to block him. These double teams eventually get up to the backers, and then we get this. So this should be, I think he does get a little bit of a crease here and tries to get up in here. So it should be a decent run for a couple yards. I'll see in the next play how many yards we got. So let's take a look at it. Let's try to actually slow this down just a little bit. Hold on 1 second. So we can get a nice little slow view. Kind of step it through. We won't go through every play this slow, but they actually shift their front to the right, which is interesting, but just changes the double teams a little. It doesn't change the double teams, they're the same. So we get the blocks, like I said. We got Kittle as the SIF block on the edge player. We got 44 working up on the backer. Not sure what's going to happen here. Looks like, not sure why he comes off his guy. And he basically, this guy should stay solid on, I think 77 should stay solid here. And then this uh, tackle can come off pretty easy, but they both come off of him. And Kittle misses his block almost completely. And that's what lets the D tackle come through. And then we can look at 44. So this is a real good thing to see. If the 44 is going up against this rookie safety gets underneath him, pushes him back, right back into the hole, and comes off and makes a tackle. So there's some poor execution on that play. I mean, I don't know how many yards we got, but probably could have been a lot more. Let's look at the down and distance. That was only a 3 yard gain. I think that would have been schemed up wise. They're playing a too high shell. We had the numbers. We just didn't execute the block. So that should have been a 5 yard gain, but it was a 3 yard gain. All right. So we go from 2 by 2, 3 by 1. Of course, that's going to happen a lot. Funny in the Madden game, you get a lot of people doing the exact same thing. They're playing this big nickel front. We got we got wide techniques with our edges here. Oh, this is the pass players, right? So if you guys watched my videos that I put out recently, I talked about the Niners running these kind of like levels type of concept. And that's what they end up doing here on this play. So very first drop back play is we're going to get an in route here, a dig route here. Here's one of the motions out, runs back here. So this type of concept I talked about, and I kind of gave it a name of maybe what did I call it? I forgot the name already. But Puma, yeah, Puma. And then we're gonna get the option route. I'm pretty sure it could be a forced outside release, so just a choice out, and then just a clear out, I'm sure, down here. I'm pretty sure Purdy's gonna look here, come back to here. I don't think he ever looks here and then comes here. All right. So let's just take a look at it from an offensive point of view. It's actually no, I remember watching this. He actually went to this side first. He went away from what I'm used to seeing. Usually it's over here. And if that's the case, I'm pretty sure that McCaffrey is going to be against this. Looks like they're playing cover six. I don't see why he would not start there. He's just actually just running to the flat. I mean, I guess he just, I don't know if he knows it's open. Now, there is a corner coming off here. So this would be a honey hole shot. But I don't know why we're not taking this opportunity down the sideline, but then we're just looking over here. So that's fine. I looked at when we see this from the end zone, Kittle's open. Now, maybe he can't see him because of the DTs, but Kittle's open. And then he comes back. Now, this is not a bad read. It's just this quarter flat defender is going to be there eventually. He's not going to take. Let me take a look at this because two is actually vertical to the quarter flat. If two was to work in versus a quarter flat, he would end up taking this guy because three is in, two is in. He would take him. He actually worked inside leverage to kind of distract him. So that's where I was like, all right, well, if you actually did read this out, are you reading really the high low on this guy? Because this guy is breaking across into this window here, this player can kind of fall back, right? I don't think this is a bad read. He puts it on him pretty good, gets a couple yards, gets positive yards. Just not a great play maybe for this defense. You know what I mean? And now the more that I look at it, I don't know if it's cover six. I think definitely cover two at the bottom. At the top, it could be cover four. Hard to tell. The ball coming out this quick. I won't say this quick, but just the reaction of the players is hard to tell sometimes. But we throw it up top. Don't get that much yards. Let's look at it again from the end zone. Just watching Purdy's eyes. No pressure really on this play. I think this is pretty good. I mean, these guys are playing a defense and sitting in it. They're making no checks whatsoever. That's the thing. Purdy's just looking to the left the entire time. So thinking he's looking at Kittle first, but he kind of comes off of him very quickly. I mean, in this game, you want to get the ball to your best player. You'll probably get hemmed up, but I don't know why he didn't give it to him. But that's fine. And look at this window. This is the window that I don't think is part of the read. Because if he's coming off of Kittle this quickly and he's going to his next read, as soon as that guy goes on like this, I don't know why he's not already like putting the ball right there in that window. I have this route. You know what I mean? It's not really part of the progression. I know a lot of the China indie level concepts, the dig is kind of like not really taught to be thrown unless it's wide open later. But again, I'm nitpicking. It's the second play of the game. At least we have some decent plays that we recognize right off the top. All right, 3rd and 3. They come out and some sort of 3-by-1 motion to 2-by-2. Get number 3 running across. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right, let's go with this. So they're playing man to man, it looks like. He comes running across. That's a big tell. Yeah, everybody's just playing man to man, and then they have kind of like just a middle hole player, which is in the middle, kind of looking for work, looking for crossing routes. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to see what's going on here. The route concept is just an option route, but it's just a poorly executed route by 15. Watch the bottom. Sorry. 15 is just going to come off the ball, but he kind of jogs half-ass, gets pressed, and he's just working an out route, right? They're just working that little quick out right there, and it's just ugly. Looks like the effort is low. You know what I mean? Look at the top. So if you have that type of route, you're always going to get usually, you go back, in breaking routes coming from the opposite side. So you get the dig route up top, and then I'm pretty sure you're probably going to get Kittle working this type of return route right here. So again, part of the tree, branch, stick concepts that we talked about to one side, and then we're working what we would say like a bow return concept. We're getting the dig with some sort of like they like to run the returns now. Some teams will sit here and run like an option this way, that way, but it's part of the bow concept that they have always been a part of, and I'm pretty sure McCaffrey's probably just check releasing. He's probably just coming out this way. So let's see what happens here. But anyway, Purdy makes the right. I mean, he makes the read that he thinks he probably has the matchup. He's actually looking down the middle to kind of hold the safety. Then he comes out and throws the ball, thinking that he's anticipating 15 to win here. And it's like it's funny. He doesn't even come out of his break. I think he came out of his break, he'd be fine. So that's just really weird. And we can go back also. If I can see this again, I want to see the technique of the DB. Taking my time here, guys. See the technique of the DB. I mean, he got hemmed up so good. 27. He's playing inside. It looks like he's actually playing inside shade. Hard to tell. Real patient. Receiver doesn't really give him much. He actually two-hand jams him. The receiver doesn't give him anything good off of the ball. He just kind of stands up and just does that and just raises up. And DB just, I mean, this is not a good position for a DB. His hands are out. He's pretty high himself, but 15 just gets out muscled on the jam, and that just throws him off. That's just bad ball. You know, that's what Debo used to do. You know, and that's where Ayuk, we're missing Ayuk, in my opinion. We're missing. I don't think Pearsall could do that either, but we're missing that receiver that can get off a press. And that's how a lot of teams have beaten the Niners over the years, is that in the playoff games, we don't care if you're coming out in compression sets. We're going to press. You're on the ball. You're getting pressed. Doesn't matter if you're lined up tight. You know what I mean? So that looks like poor effort, in my opinion. All right. So that was the first series. Spent a lot of time on that. Let's go to the second one. Okay. So we get our little kind of like fake bunch play here. We got use checking his little flex bone alignment that he's using now. I think we've heard people talk about this is potentially called a dash motion. He comes across in this half quarter and does a whole lot of crap. But again, the defense is in a 4 down. They're playing their big nickel, looking like a too high shell. They're going to start that way. I'm pretty sure they kind of. It'd be funny if they sit in this all day and they never come out of this. That would be really disrespectful. But I know they're going to send some sim pressures at him. All right, so we're going to stay 3-by-1 nub, and we run just like it looks like a little power play from the gun. Oh, two guys pull, so we get guard, tackle, kind of like a pull play, but nobody really blocks 50. Okay, I see the tight ends technique here. Interesting technique here. Kind of protect the inside and then kind of like hinge, get a little touch on that guy so he doesn't really get involved. I mean, we should have the numbers here, right? You look at this, let's see how these backers fit. They should flow over the top. There should be a nice little gap there. And I think I remember watching this. Like, C-Mac just gets like tapped by somebody and just falls down. Like, usually a running back, we'll see it from the end zone, can get through this. It looks like the one technique right here, the 2-eye, he gets pushed hard and then just taps him and he falls. Let's see from the end zone. And this is just weird. I mean, they have a look. I mean, look at this gap, man. Like I mean, I understand this is how teams will line up to this. They consider this the run strength, so we're putting a 3 technique there. The 2-eye is here. I mean, look how wide we're still keeping our 9. I mean, look at look at all this space, right? It's crazy. But hey, and they attacked it the right way. It's a good play call. We got the numbers, right? Let's see what happens here with this first block. Okay. That's a win for the offense. I'll say that's not bad. It's kind of a stalemate. Nothing wrong there. 13 is going to come down on 44. Let's see what happens. I mean, they're kind of patty caking, right? This is not, there's no hard collision here. It's just, oh, that's just real soft, but whatever. Nobody really wins that. The double team does a good job of knocking this guy down, but he fights through. Maybe he came off too soon on his backer, but he's winning. I mean, offense won this rep. They're watching this right now in their film room. I'm trying to figure out, like, how do we not get to this hole? C-Mac, like, there's space there. He, like, jumps and trips. He, like, jumps up and trips over somebody. Like, you see that foot in the air? It's like, it's like he got kicked. He might have got kicked by this tackle. I think somebody kicked him. When I look at this, I think somebody like literally just kicked him right there. I think I see the foot right there. You see it? I think he got kicked, and then I can't understand how a premier running back doesn't get through this hole with more oomph and just not let that bother you, bro. Like that's crazy. So anyway, 2nd and 8 now, right? All right. And again, I'm gonna go back. Hold on, I'm keep going back. I'm like Funk Master Flex. I gotta rewind. We're still just playing too high. Look at this. We're playing too high defense. Okay, let's see this safety here. This rookie. He doesn't get blocked. He gets blocked late by the second puller. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's considered a counterplay if you want to put it in the family, but it's in the power counter scheme, gap scheme stuff. All right, so get a little short out motion here. Yeah, I remember this one here. This is there's no they give him a little sim pressure on defense. We'll come back to that. This is just dagger at the bottom. All right. We're kind of getting I don't want to say it. I mean, we get the running back and we get the tight end stay in the block. He's probably scanning, but the running back's out so quick. He's getting out to the flat as the control for this dagger play. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get the vertical and then the dagger. That's exactly what I expected. So you only run this because you think, you're trying to beat a certain coverage, right? You're probably trying to beat what? I would like dagger versus quarters. I would like dagger versus maybe cover two if you want to work the high low. I'm thinking split field safety dagger, right? Now, this is the thing that look how long we're waiting on this. It's split field safety. I don't know what this route is. I think it's just a corner route. I don't know. I can't really tell. I think that's Kittle on the backside, right? So let's just go back because he waits and he puts his eyes on that the entire time when this is potentially going to open up right here. And if he doesn't like that, he can throw it to the running back. I don't understand the read there. They've been playing split field safety to start the game. Sorry, let's go back on this. And then he ends up just running out of it. So let's look at Kittle. Kittle runs a 7 route and it's covered by 2 guys. They're playing a version of cover 6. Nope. Or it could be just like a cover 2. This could technically be like a 2 buster or a cover 2 match down here. Just by the way the safety's getting out with that much speed like that. And then this corner, he's going to stay underneath number 1 if nobody's in the flat right away. So he does. So I think that's exactly what this is. And then up top, they're playing another version of cover 2. So that's what we got. Now, this is good. This is a good defense because it's built off of a sim pressure. It's built off of something that's a little bit quote unquote exotic. So let's just take a look at that. We got our 4 down lineman, right? And I'm pretty sure he's going to drop out, right? We already see him getting out. We know he's in the middle. And then I'm going to take a look at this because I do believe this is actually a 5-man pressure. So I think they do bring these 5 guys and they're playing technically with 1 short underneath. So this is part of the new age of split field defense. We're playing kind of like a palm Z, kind of cover 2E type of defense. We only have 2 underneath guys here. All right. So take a look at this. And I mean, the corners are technically underneath because they're playing that flat roll, kind of like that soft squat roll. But that's something new. And what that does is just speed up the clock of the quarterback. So he just feels pressure. Even though this is picked up because he's sliding the line to the left, I'm pretty sure. And also, nope, sliding to the right. That's fine. But we do have an extra guy staying in here. So we should be fine here. Sliding, they're fine. He's going to take him. He's going to take him. Everything's picked up. Purdy's waiting forever for this route to open. And this is something I've always taught my DBs. Like, if the quarterback is here, he's at the top of the drop, right? And now he's looking over here to throw the ball. Probably not going to hitch up and throw it back over here. He's already made up his mind that he wants to go this way. So this safety will stay here. We're fine. This corner can kind of sink back. If the quarterback was looking this way at this time, there's no way he's going to come back to a 7 route. So I would actually tell this safety to start to push over or shove. But that's just some advanced technique stuff that we don't need to talk about until we get it. But at this point, that's the part of the reason why in that pressure, he feels it. He feels it behind him. Purdy's going to run, get up the field, and get no yards because a good job by the edge player coming back and not letting it escape. But watch Purdy. Let's just go through Purdy's eye progression here. He actually do a good job of, well, this is the beginning of the slide to the right. So he lets that go and he comes back and gets that. That's pretty good. Let's see if Purdy ever does look to the right because maybe he does. He's looking right down the middle. Looks like he's just trying to hold the safety. Now, you know what? Look at that. He actually is looking for the dig. He is looking for the dagger. He just really eliminates it quick, maybe because of this guy. And then he comes back to look at it. I thought that was Kittle. That's actually 44. I'm sorry. On his corner route. But I think by that time he's already decided. So I actually got that wrong. I thought he was looking to the left. I just caught him at a time when it looked like he was looking to the left. He's looking on the dagger. So I don't know why he doesn't throw this. This is called. I just think he doesn't have the confidence to zip this thing in there with anticipation. I know this guy's coming over, but that route he's not going to get it. And then the receiver starts jogging after he runs. Just annoying. Let me just take a look at this one more time. If he throws it now, he's not looking over there though. Like he came off of it so early. Like when does he look to the left? Left to defense. Right. He's looking at it now. He knows the route's coming. I just feel like this is just maybe I'm not understanding the coaching point here, but why are you not throwing this? I can't wait to see some of these quarterback guys talk about this. Like, is this not open? If it's not, then just throw it right here. Right? Just weird. His clock is just sped up. Because if I have go back and look at when he's taking his drop, look at his drop real quick. His footwork should tie to the routes, right? 1, 2, 3, boom, pitch up maybe and throw, right? Maybe that's what he should be thinking. If not, throw it to the flat. Maybe he feels this guy right here in front of him. And he just says, you know what? It's almost like in his mind he made up that he was going to run. Let me take a look at this one more time for the end zone. He feels the sim pressure. He feels the 5-man pressure. I'm just going to pretend I can kind of feel this guy coming right down my barrel. I'm just going to kind of go. That's what it feels like to me. Now that I look at it some more, looks like he kind of predetermined. I'm not throwing this. I don't have the zip also to kind of like fit that in there without throwing it on a perfect timing. So, all right. So what was that? Hold on. Down and distance. This is 3rd and 9. We're gonna get some exotic fronts probably. Not really. Just give him a normal wide 9 front, too high shell. I got nickel in there now. We'll look at the defense real quick. I mean, if you don't think this is not like basically, if this is the passing shape at the bottom, so this would be cover 9, it looks like. Playing a cover 2 to this side, cover 4 to that side. All right. Yeah. So the route concept here was kind of the big question mark to me. I look at this, let's see what they do. 2x2. So we get kind of a wrap concept, traditional style with the pivot and a dig. The dig is sloppy in my opinion, but it's okay. I don't think it's open anyway. And on the backside, we get the swirl route concept with a little, sure we're getting a check release here. Check release. Oh, he's looking for the inside to help out. Thought he would be checking, not worried about the inside, but he is. He's helping. So we got all these blockers, right? We got a 3-man route, and look how many guys they have out there. So they have 4 guys in the rush. Right now we have 7 blockers. I know we're going to get a guy to the flat late, but we're just content to just say, all right, well, we're just going to run high-low, swirl, I'm assuming he's going to check down. He might do this, right? And against cover nine. So it's 39, so he doesn't have to worry about it. He'll sink back and make a tackle if needed. The one thing I've noticed a lot of people do nowadays is like this guy here, the three rec, is not playing like a true three rec, especially if this guy's effing around back here. He's almost playing like a middle read player. He's getting a lot of depth. So like if that was your user at Madden, you can kind of like say, hey, it's 39. I'm not going to sit here and play off the third receiver. I'm just going to kind of sit here and sit in the middle. And then what we're getting up here, I think it's cover what do you call it? Four up here. So he's going to be the quarter flat, but he's going to play with depth over the top of this route. And this little swirl route, I don't know if it gets open or not. Let's take a look at it. If I was playing Madden, I told you guys I would think the swirl route should always win. Oh, I just think that's just a bad technique. Swirl route. Look at this. Look at this route. One step, and like he hopped into it, right? He didn't like run it. He didn't go give me 1, 2, 3. Like, look at this. One, right? That's supposed to be, I guess, his step. 2, 3, and then like hurries up. And that makes the corner doesn't the corner never had a like he never threatened the corner's leverage. Look at this. So the corner's there. He's just swatting on it, right? The only thing you can do now, I did think that the quarter flat didn't do a good job of keeping his width. Get the ball out to this guy, right? But what's happening is we got a lot of bodies around us, chaos, four-man rush. He's not looking that side. He's actually starting the progression over here to this side. This side would be probably his late progression side. When he had to avoid that guy right there, I don't know why he doesn't just kind of reset and throw it to the flat. He's staying on this side of the field. So QB guys can tell me why he's just sitting on this side. He just kind of like avoided. He said, I'm going to throw that guy. It's not the wrong answer because it's the same thing as the other one. Corner has to come up and make a tackle now, which I think he does. And this is the one thing that we're missing. We don't have the guys on the field to make people miss as we usually do in the West Coast. We kind of have subpar people playing out there at the receiver spot. I think that's Jennings, who's been hurt this year. 5, I forgot. I don't know if that's Robinson, but he's average route runner. Look how I don't like, he doesn't sell that route at all. This is the art of route running. Like, look, a corner doesn't believe it. It doesn't give him anything. This is fine. I mean, kind of tippy toes out of it. He's waiting for the ball. There's no moves. There's no nothing. There's no burst. Like, catch the ball, give him something, then get up field, rip up field. He's kind of like tippy toeing, like he's playing on his toes. It's just, oh man. Anyway, that's a long series, man. I think I spent like 30 minutes on that stuff. I'm going to keep on going for the guys who are not on YouTube. I'm going to go a little faster because it'll take me forever to keep on going in this game. But there's just a lot of just not clean football. And I don't want to make excuses, but the players, everybody from Kittle Kittle hasn't really had an opportunity to make a play yet, but C-Mac getting kicked or falling down. 44 doesn't look like any type of, he's not getting any explosion in what he's doing. And those receivers are just not running routes crisp. And then I'm not sure what we're doing from a read standpoint. All right, we got ourselves back in the big nickel. Niners, it looks like they're 21 or 12 personnel. This is one of their best plays all day. And it's one of the plays in Madden that is one of the plays that is hard to stop as well, where you get the read flat play off the inside zone RPO, right? This is the guy who has to chase him. They're playing some sort of too high shell. He has to win. He's always going to be late because he has an interior gap, right? So this is actually one of the best plays they called. They called it twice. I remember them calling this thing twice in the game. So yeah, there you go. 5-yard gain. Maybe more. Simple. I would have kept on running this. Get him out of this too high defense. I mean, you could hand this thing off too. Look at this. You hand this thing off, and then McCaffrey just puts his foot in the ground. You might have more yards. Damn. That was there all night. I think we only came back to it later in the second half. This is where I think, from knowing Kyle, he would actually run like the same play twice, make you have to make an adjustment on the field and not off the field. All right. They give a little 5-man look. They're still playing that big nickel package. What they do is they just take one of their backers and walk them down. This is something that I know, like the Commanders and what's his name, Dan Quinn does. So they're getting into an odd look to change up the look here. You would call this like either 3-3 odd or not 3-3 odd, a cub or penny. I'm not sure if it's which one. It depends if it's four eyes or threes right here. And here's your big safety who's basically playing like a linebacker. So this is what they do. It allows them to adjust so that when they motion people out, safety goes out there. It's not a linebacker, and you're in good shape. So they motion the guy out, but they're actually bringing heat. So does it happen that way? This was one of the better plays from an offensive standpoint. What do we talk about? If you guys have just watched with me for like a couple days, this is the reason why, on defense, I would be the person to try to figure out what the scheme is. So they went to just 2x2, 2x1 to 2x1 flipped. They're going to motion somebody back. So now what? It's become three receivers to one side. What do they like to do with three receivers to one side? Some sort of combination concept where it's going to either be like I told you, somebody's going to be running in. But with this many people in the backfield, we're definitely going to get our, what do you call it, concept. Arches type of concept, right? He's going to run across, he's going to grab, he's just going to run the option route right here. So, simple way, they're going to start that side. We get good yards on this play on offense. Easy, easy. I would run this play like at least 5 times in a game. I wouldn't care because it is basically an option route the way McCaffrey runs it. He gets open. If you guys have been studying you guys have been looking at some of the stuff from Cohen or slash McVay, they call it Falk. Marshall Falk from back in the day, Falk route, right? It's the same idea. It's really hard to stop. Offensive, defensively. So right there, right? They might be sending 5. It's hard to tell with this guy if he's going to come back out. He does. So they get a 4-man, just to send pressure. Just sending one of the interior guys to come down. They do rotate down. But we still have, in this case, it looks like we're playing man to man, to be honest with you. Actually, no, hold on. Let me see this. This is where it gets funky. This is where it gets funky. With this type of motion, sometimes they just say, safety, go get them, treat it like almost like a cheat motion. Everybody else should still play your normal defense. So if that was the case, safety's kind of gone and just go get them. We're still treating this like a cover 3 with 2 under. Interesting. You know what? Let's go back on this. I'm thinking this would be more like just 3 under, 3 deep. Here, here. He's technically still here. He's the flat guy going out to get him. He's here. And he's just here. And I do know that they don't really care about necessarily relating to players left and right horizontally. They're just kind of reading the quarterback. So that's the reason why there's so much space here, and this is wide open. C-Mac takes that thing up the field when there's like wide open space. It turns into not really like an angle route, but more into like a vertical route. Watch. He also does a good job of not trying to get outside the defensive end. He kind of goes straight like this. You always see a slight angle to start, but then he's just hitting it straight upfield. Boom, put a foot in the ground, and then like make a decision, right? And just look for the ball, play off the leverage. Nice catch. Play that definitely can come back to. Like they could have lived on that a lot more. Other teams like Chicago, they try to double team that guy with like a safety and a linebacker, that route concept, but that's fine. All right, here we go to play action off of a jet play, which we didn't set up. So I don't know if they set this up maybe like in other games, but 2x2, again, we are in this 4 down. Looks like we actually are. We're still just number 7. Who is this? I think we're actually just playing nickel. I think it's just regular nickel defense. Nope, I take that back. That's still number 3 right there, isn't it? Yeah. So they're still in the big nickel. It could be like in a dime because it looks like 27-3. So what's the situation again? I'm sorry. Go back. That was 1st and 10. Okay. I don't know why they're in this kind of 27. They're like in a dime package. Oh, that's the linebacker up top. Okay, my fault. Sorry. That's a corner. So it's corners over. Linebackers walked out. they're showing man to man coverage right now. Now they could. Be really curious if they're not playing man, but I think they're in man coverage. Okay, so that's why I got like that. All right, so it's man coverage, and they try to get funky, thinking that it's zone. We get the fake jet, but 15's going back to run the flat route off the boot play, and 27 is just like, that's my guy. I'm just gonna go get him. And 15's not very fast, so we're gonna get there and make a tackle for -1. Oh man, that's just some craziness right there. Let's see. Does this affect? Doesn't affect. They know anytime you get fake away, contain player, get outside so you can get pressure. They do a great job there. Um, I mean, everybody else is biting on the run, so they actually did get a lot of flow. But is that Reek? Reek just said, "Nope, I got him. I'm faster, more athletic. You happen to catch us in man-to-man coverage." And I don't think they probably anticipate. The funny thing is that you should know this is man coverage, though, right? You come out in this formation, you know it's man coverage. Maybe you don't call this versus man coverage. Maybe you get out of it. Is that is that an option? Can we can to a different play? Do you think you're gonna get lots of you're gonna get this guy to have bad eyes and not cover this guy going back across the field? Second 11, motion out, 3-by-1 nub. Defense hardly moves. Corner walks out. Okay, so we get the same play that we've seen forever. Pretty much the same play from the beginning of the game, but we got a different backside route concept. I think we get a 7. I don't know if he swirls. I don't know if he's just running a choice out, right? But we're gonna get this same type of levels concept, which I think I've told you guys. This is what you usually get to the backside to the 3 receiver side. So just take, I guess, it's pure progression. Again, Purdy's not looking anywhere in particular. Like he's not looking here and then coming back like he usually does. I don't know if he's trying to hold people, but he definitely comes back to the middle where I think he thought it was open last time. He probably told him that. And there was a linebacker there too. Like if you throw it early, yeah, you got it. Now maybe he doesn't have a window to throw it, but you throw it on that part of the hash, it kind of becomes this is the reason even when I was playing the game, I said I don't want this route to be end up coming into this side where it's like a shallow concept. If you're gonna do that, just make it a freaking shallow and just go right now so you can catch the ball here and get up the field. That just all right. Coverage wise, again, looks like a soft version of some sort of like two palmsy readish coverage. Ah, boy. I mean, he's just playing off the eyes of the quarterback and just making a hit. I don't know. That route's been thrown for a while in the system. They ran it on them in the first game, a few different ways, but it was the same thing. I mean, just look at the timing of this guy. I just don't like it. I don't know. All right, 3rd and 11. Uh, Definitely looks like there's some sort of dime defense. 4 down rush, easy, easy. I'm just gonna look at defensive start. It looks like some sort of bracket, right? Can't really tell. It's hard to tell if it's bracket, hard to tell if it's quarters. You get the 2 press corners on the outside. This guy comes in. If this was some sort of like palm Z coverage right here, cover 6, or like a stubby, right? He has to stay on him. So I think he does end up chasing him late. He was the open guy. Reading 2 and 3 vertical. He works the 3. And it looks like it's kind of like we're playing stubby, right? He lets him go. Over here, not quite sure what we got going on here. We got man. We got man. I don't know if this is bracket man, right? Or if it's quarters. But again, press quarters. It's in the same family. Okay, so we got the defense. We can already tell the defense where we were kind of weak is that drag route coming across the field from outside. But the route concept we get here is China in, another China in. I guess Kittle is working in. I don't know what he's doing. He's kind of working like a in route, I guess. He's kind of almost like shielding this guy off. It's almost like he knows the ball should go here, right? And then we're just getting kind of like a what do you call it? So in the DAG world, it's just an out. So this goes back to old school Peyton Manning offense. I don't know what this guy's doing, but instead of running um, this guy on an end and running like a levels concept, if you think it's man to man, he'll work out. Then usually it's a call for that, but he's working outside into a nickel that's playing outside leverage, so he's not going to be an option. We did motion to back out to become number three, but I don't know. Everybody definitely looks like everybody on offense thinks this ball should be coming out, and they're not really running routes. Like these routes, these two routes in particular are like, I'm kind of running, but I'm anticipating that I'm going to turn into a blocker real quick. Watch. Okay, I'm kind of running, and I'm kind of looking to, all right. And then he never really throws it. So Purdy decides to run this one and get to 4th and 1, which maybe was the best answer. Maybe that was actually part of the scheme. I don't know why you don't give it to one of your receivers at some point, but we're just gonna hit our back foot and go. That's fine, whatever. I mean, it counts as like similar third and long, give up football. We're not trying to get ourselves killed. You got him into a 4th and 1. I know this next play is going to be controversial coming up here. All right, 4th and 1. And I do believe that Purdy stepped out early, but the red flag was thrown, but then it was picked up because it was supposed to be a timeout. If they would have thrown the red flag, it would have been 4th and 3, I think, but we just keep that moving. 13, 22-ish personnel. Okay. They come out. It looks like they're playing just I'm not sure who this guy is here, but they came out and probably this is one of the first times that, oh, you know what? I dare to say they are still in their big nickel personnel. They just basically did what people do in Madden, which is really funny. I'm looking at this. They just squeezed their line down to like get into all the interior A and B gaps. This is a backer. I think this is another backer, but maybe it could be an actual rush guy. So they could have 5 down. You know what I mean? Like a 5-1 type of look. This is our big nickel still. He's playing off the edge here, which is kind of wild that he can do that. These guys are probably still playing a version of like palms. They're still playing split safety. So we're kind of getting into like a 6-1 front. Just we're doing it with different people. So it's kind of like what this is 6-1 squeeze, anticipating something up the middle, I'm sure. This corner now has to come and be. I mean, this could be a nice little, we're going to run at this corner, but let's see. Oof. This guy gets beat right off the front. We went play action, which we know. Corner definitely bit hard, but if he's playing in palms, he has no other work. And here we go. So we got this kind of palmsy look. We got 3 guys out to the left. They actually did get 3 guys out pretty quick, quicker than I had anticipated. So it's our motion guy who's going to chip and go to the flat. Tight end, vertical. This guy, vertical. You got to win. Whatever the concept is here, we got to win this. We got it. We got to get somebody open, right? Okay, we run flood, which is okay because this guy is caught in no man's land covering like, I don't know who. There's no pressure here. This is a touchdown, but there's pressure because our right tackle lost. And that guy, not only did he lose, then C-Mac doesn't block him. And he keeps on going. This is how a defense is nasty. This one guy was Superman on this play and totally messed this play up. This is not a horrible play call. Because if we don't have that guy there, right? I'm thinking that he's gonna launch it if we can throw it. This is disrespectful that this happens. And then yeah, I mean that's it. That's really the only guy that's open. And then he tries to go back late. Oh my God, that's crazy. And then we try to throw the ball to the flat late, which was don't do that. Just and I know it's 4th down, but you can give up a touchdown if you did that. It could have been taken back the other way. Oh man. So our right tackle totally screwed this play up. Our running back should be there to help out. Doesn't do his job, and this could have been a big play touchdown that ends up becoming nothing. I do think Purdy would have thrown this for a touchdown. I really do. I do. Even with his arm strength, I think we would have had that. All right. Oh boy, I'm gonna take a little break. I might even cut this up so far and then come back because this is really, really ugly. All right, let's continue this next series here. Let's keep it moving. Go motion, indicator motion, screenplay. I mean, this gets blown up real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. This is pretty simple. It's the first screen of the game. I would think that it might work here. I'm not a huge fan of the tight end screens, but I know the Niners are a big fan of it. Definitely playing a little bit of zone defense here. I'm not sure exactly if that was zone or man. Doesn't really matter. Number 3 makes a good play there. Again, that's the rookie, right? I mean, he just sits at home. I mean, they just told him sit at home. You know, we got to cover all parts of the field. We got athletes sit at home. 2nd and 16 now. Excuse the quality of the film. I know it's a little bit. Hold on, I can't change that. Sometimes this quality comes out a little bit poor earlier on. So classic option route by C-Mac. Again, to the 3 receiver side. He's going to sit down versus this soft zone. Catches the ball. They do a nice job of breaking on this ball. Nickel pedals, comes downhill. You know, they play a lot of vision break defense, so it's pretty easy for them to see. Let's go back on this just from a defensive point of view, real quick. You know, what are we playing? It's this soft kind of quarters defense, but it's palmsy, right? So it's like cover 2, soft 2 at the top. We're not playing necessarily any match principles. We're kind of just zoning it off. So this would be kind of like a 9 cloud style defense. You know what I mean? We're not getting any real effort with the receiver routes either, kind of like making the defense have to get stretched a little bit. Middle backers kind of dropping back like he's going to the middle, the deep middle hook. 3rd and 10. They had to get the yards back, so they got 6 yards back. I'm not mad at that at all. Yeah, this one here is a busted route somehow. I'm assuming it's just a vertical sail route concept with Kittle sitting down the middle of the field. Good thing is that the defense looks like they were playing. Let me see what they're doing here. Looks like they played man, but they just bumped it over. You see, because of the personnel on the field, it's dime personnel. They can just take the closest guy to their side, man to man. So that's what I'm thinking. With the safety coming down and playing whichever side it comes down to. So this is a receiver, the 3rd receiver. Let's just take a look at this real quick. Nickel. Again, I'm not sure what they're doing here. This is something I really want to take a look at going forward. He's Somebody's gonna go to the middle, somebody's gonna come down. I think this player is gonna drop down to the 3rd receiver to the side of the field. Let's take a look if that's right or not. 21 will stay on number 2, right? Safety will come down and play number 3. You got a deep hole player sitting in the middle. And this guy's going to sit on the back right here. We're just playing man to wherever they come to, you know? I don't know what this receiver, why he runs a comeback. Maybe, I think he thought the quarterback was just, he thought the quarterback was scrambling, which he kind of was. And that's the reason why he came back. He's going into scramble rules. Our slot receiver is wide open. He beats the nickel pretty bad. Nickel didn't want to get holding, so I'm assuming that's what happened there. But that's a very interesting way of playing man-to-man coverage. They're just kind of counting it over. You see, he's saying me, me, me. Look at 21. They were shit. They just kind of slid everything, and then he came back and said, "Me, me, me. I got him." I like that defense. It's a good defense versus a team that motions a lot. First and 10, ball in 48. 12 personnel, kind of their deuce package, dash, motion. I wish there was a boot here, but there wasn't. One thing I noticed, the dash motion kind of led a lot of the where the ball was going. And I don't think Kittle was doing it before. Now they got both guys doing it, trying to give that misdirection look. This is just inside zone. This is actually a good run. Split inside zone. Kittle's going to pull somebody out when he runs his little motion. Again, they're playing big nickel versus this. It looks like a 4-3 box, but it's really a safety playing that Sam linebacker. Good blocking here. We get all the double teams that we need. We get the one double team that we need on this 3 heading up. This one came off quick. We're going to get influence, get that edge player, get influence. I'm assuming he's just going to look to block that linebacker. We do have a cracking corner coming down too, so you might end up getting more guys. We outnumber them at the point of attack, basically. 44 slips. He trips on. It's okay. He doesn't really have any work to do there, so he would end up blocking the edge guy. What ends up happening is 3 gets influenced by Kittle's going to the flat, because he probably is. I don't know if he's a flat defender, but he gets influenced by it no matter what. And then just as a good run, solid run, good front side block. Who's it over here? Left tackle, Pleasance. Almost gets a holding call there. And again, Seattle's just sitting in this defense, playing too high. And that backer has to work through 42. I don't know who that is. He beat 74 pretty easily. Just gives him a little hand shove. Got to block that better. Could have been a more explosive play, but it's not bad. Get kind of this wing formation with that dash motion. Basically becomes 2x2. Boot, weak, throw it to the flat. This was a really difficult play by Purdy, but he made it happen. Looks like they were bringing a sim pressure. Weak side, double pressure. Interesting. Yeah, that's a very unique play here because it looks like the corner at the top of the screen is playing like a trap corner. So they're playing a 2 trap from a 1 high look. Hold on. So it looks like they're going to get this type of thing. They're going to take this safety, run him out. He's going to become a trap corner. And then I'm pretty sure somebody else here is blitzing. We're going to get somebody here and another trap corner here. And we're actually sending 6. So he must have had something dialed up for this situation. Because we're going to have one guy in the middle at the end of the day on this thing. They bring the safety from this side. We only have one underneath defender in the middle. But thank God the corner reads the hell out of that. Good job by getting upfield, not letting this be a deep throw down the field. It's crazy. That's a real high risk, high reward play there by Seattle, but it works out for them. All right, here we go. I think this is 3rd down. No, that was a 1st down. Hold up. We got the 1st down on that one. All right, what was that down in distance again? 2nd and 4. Okay, got the 1st down. Probably, this is a time where a team's going to try some funky stuff shots. So we're going to try to bring some more pressure against them. That's probably what they're thinking from a defensive point of view. 1st and 10. Fake motion here. Really, really feels like we're watching a wishbone offense coming back 3-by-1. Doesn't get the defense to move at all. They're fine with it. They run outside zone. There's an unblocked guy, number 3. I'm assuming it's outside zone, some sort of zone though. This number 3 should, I guess, technically be influenced by this motion, and he's not. He doesn't care. As you can see the ball clearly being handed off. I mean, the ball's extended, it's right in front of his face. Like, why would you think that's going to influence him? They're going to come back, I think, later on with some type of like reverse play or something with this. If not, they should have it planned. Like, if you have this guy going motion, if he wants to be a wing back, let him stop, put his foot in the ground. They're thinking that he's thinking it's like an option, but he should just cut inside and go get him. I don't get why they're going to have an unblocked guy there. He doesn't make the tackle. Who makes the tackle anyway? Number 0? Nope. Our 3 technique goes inside, stays inside, keeps his block. Our linebacker 13 going to take on 62. Just stand there, doesn't do much. Somebody else gets it on this play. Who is it? Is it the other nose tackle? Yep. Oh, the backside backer. Okay, and 0. 0 does eventually come back once the ball's committed. All right. 2nd and 7. 11 personnel. Huh. But we did it the very next play. I knew we wanted to do something. I mean, this is not the exact same motion, but I didn't know the next play was the one. Like, how do we not wait a little bit? Niners are known to always want to have this kind of like sneak tight end go through and try to make a play. It doesn't work against them here. Yeah, this is trying to see what coverage this is. Hard to tell. We get man outside, could be quarters, could be man. But the safeties, this is where playing that 2 high system all day, for the most part, and not getting into a lot of cover 3 is giving these guys the ability to stop some of this junk. I call it junk because I'm a head defensive guy first, but they throw it to the check down, get some of your positive yards. Good play design to have an actual outlet there because if you didn't, you'd be dead. 3rd and 3, they're actually showing single high. Doesn't mean they're going to stay in it, as we've seen already. We get to empty, get our 3 kind of bunch receiver out the bottom. We get just a good old kind of smash combination here. Technically, this would still be kind of a tree route. Not sure if this is a true option route here. Could be. He's working out no matter what, so I don't think so. And then here goes the concept from the backside that we've kind of talked about. Even though it's a chip, we're going to get him working the return, him sitting down, him working the middle. I just really feel like this must be a Purdy special. Like just getting this type of spacing for Purdy must be good for his brain. And this is where, like, I don't care what they come out in, my players would be aware of this too. Like, hey, they like this type of deal, right? You got the outbreakers here. He can go through the processing and kind of figure it out. So let's try to figure out what his processing here is here and see if he actually makes a decent read or not. Yeah, we look like we're in some sort of. They started in a 1 high shell. They are still in a 1 high shell. Looks like they're playing cover 3, vision, and break. So, I mean, there's no stress to the defense. This is where Kurt Warner would come in here and be like, you're not putting a high low really on anybody because of the spacing. All you're ever doing is making sure that the defense is always going to drop back and play some of these deeper routes. And then you hope to open up that because of the timing of that little return. That's what it feels like. That's what I know a lot of players, even in the video game, try to do. They know that they can get that kind of like late drag action with that. But once you combine pressure with routes that, again, he's sitting on that front side, right? He comes back. And when he comes back to this side, there's nothing there early. So this is where I think having a chip with this is not good because it slows it down. Instead of it being here early, where he kind of goes for it for a first read, you see how he comes back? He's waiting. Now, on film, they might have said, hey, bro, you had this, so look for it again. But he's processing, and there's just nothing there. And there's literally nothing there. If cover 3 sky can stop these routes, that means the route concepts aren't that great. That's kind of what I'm getting after right there. As we even talk about it in our Madden world, if cover 3 sky can just stop this stuff and there's no easy answer, it's probably not the best route concept you want to use. That's just my opinion. I just love how calm. I thought Seattle was playing faster. It's just that they're playing with more poise because the defense is not put in some like awkward positions with motions. They're not running around like chickens with their head cut off. You know what I mean? All right, so we get the field goal. I believe that was the first point of the day. And then we get a 2-minute drive here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, third quarter. Okay, so now we came out at halftime. We say this is what we got to do. We got to run the ball. So we come out. It's the one time looks like they're playing man-to-man coverage because look at number 3 right here. Watch how he kind of like comes back on somebody. He goes back on the running back on the tight end. So they're having him play as man-to-man, my man, my fit. So if he's fine, as long as that's the way everybody else is playing, they bring this guy who has him man-to-man. He should follow him. He fits. See, my man, my fit. If this guy's going to block the edge, then you're okay. Go make a play. Read the running back. So those guys are fine. The middle backer has the hardest job here. Let me see what the blocking scheme is in front of him. It's his zone. He's actually doing pretty well. Takes on a blocker, makes a tackle. I mean, this is actually good just push. This is one of the good times they actually just went north and south. Good job by both sides, offense and defense. Defense is still playing too high shell stuff. So, or if that was one robber, it came down late. But they're getting away with this. Look at this. They're playing basically a 4-3 wide defense with the nickel being a nickel safety. Look at this. Like I've run this defensive style. If you go back and look at my 4-3 wide, I would spread the linebackers, right? And play this defense similar to this. That's what they're doing. It's the first time I've seen the D tackles really not, they got kind of pushed around there a little bit. So good job. 2nd and 5. Little wing close formation from the gun. Line up and go. That could be duo coming downhill. That's what it looks like to me. See it from the end zone. Again, look how spread this defense is. 4-3 wide defense. A 3 technique. I have an 11 technique. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a wide 9. They don't care. They said, you know what? Let's go. So this is actually a really good play. This is duo. This will make a lot of sense. Everybody's just blocking down to the left. Gap block down. Yep. Yep. This is just duo here. It's not zone. Down, down, down. The one thing I'm a little bit annoyed is, I mean, we don't get, oh, he blocks him. Okay, I get it. So we got to go these 3 for those 3. So this down has to work up to this backer. Good job on the running back. Keep cutting inside this. He may not get blocked, so you got to read off of him. If he goes out, you go in. He goes in, you go out. I like it. I'm assuming that was the first down. No, we only got, what the hell? We only got 1 yard of that? Hold up. Film got a little jumpy there. I don't know about that one. I'm wondering if that's also because of the footwork and the gun that just takes too long to develop. Does that play better under center? Let's go 3rd and 4. We got a fake bunch up top. Somebody's probably going to motion. Man-to-man coverage. NFL classic. We're just going to lock people up on 3rd down. Now, they do catch this ball, but this was a lot of work. So they ran a comeback. This is what press man can do. Good job by 21. I think this could be the option route by 3. I think that's the option route, and then number 1 runs just the comeback as a Purdy doesn't have it, doesn't like it, and just trusts it and throws the comeback. It's a good job. 29, what are you doing? Why are you trying to jam this guy at the top of the screen? Just play with your feet. I mean, I don't know why you tried to catch him deep down the field. All right, 1st and 10. Let's go with the deuce offset. Fake dash, come back. Swirl route. Sit down route. This good old play action individuals. But they should be attacking the coverage. I don't know why they're not running a swirl. I feel like that would be good versus on both sides, and then you throw it to the cover 2 side. But the backers are getting out with a lot of depth, so you can definitely just check it down. And it's a good person to check it to. So not mad at this. Look at it from this point of view. They're definitely playing this kind of soft six zone-ish type of thing. Let me just see who's the guy that runs with this guy going down the. Oh, that's the corner. Sorry, never mind. I mean, the receivers just can't get out of their way with their footwork and their routes, man. Second and three, motion, boot. I like this. I like this motion boot. Gives Kittle a nice play here. Kyle's always going to have a nice little set of boot plays that look different. This is based off of jet action. I do like that. All right, we're good there. It'd be nice to see Kittle break a tackle there. 44 comes back in. They ran this play already. This is just 44. It looks like again. That looks like duo with 44 being just the backside cutoff. 74 gets his stuff pushed in. Oh my god. He just loses up front 74. And then so does our edge guy. He loses. Our tight end loses right there. Is that what's his name? 88. I don't know why we continue to play this guy. He loses on the edge a lot. 88 or 89. I don't know which one that is. 89. Farrell. Oh, okay. Second and seven. Wing slot. Motion to wing close. They actually move over. This isn't one time they ran with him. So if number three comes to the strength, he has to come over in this one. They should do more of that. That would be tough for them to stop. I think the reason why this happens is because of the front that they're in. They have a five down front. If they didn't have a five down front, they could just bump it. Now he has to run. This is like their penny stuff. This one, he just kind of ran into a sack. I think I remember. I mean, it's like, all right, you got to step up. Can you stay in the pocket? I don't know why you can't. Is there a fake play action here? Little token fake. Yep. Okay. Crosser's wide open. This is an interesting play. It's a straight drop back crossing route. How did 88 get so quickly out there? Jeez, he's gone. He is gone. Like they're playing cover one though. Interesting. By the time he pulls up, boop. I mean, why would you not throw that? Can he not see it? Like, why are we not throwing the ball to 88? Oh, like, how do you leave this on the field? This actually isn't a bad play call. 85 stays in. 89. I'm sorry. That's 85. That's freaking Kittle. Kittle's open. I mean, you have to trust this, right? Just step up and throw it. Oh, what is it? Third and 13. They're playing three high. They're going to stick in like a three buzz look here. Some games, 5-man rush, three high, three deep. I actually love this. This is pretty damn good. But I don't know what this route concept is. We just working the backside comeback, double move comeback. Quarterback is under heat. He has time in the pocket. He's not even. That's his weak side read. Double dig. I mean, again, I hate to say it, but why would you not just throw the check down? They got you. They're playing picket fence across the way. They got like five guys across the field. It's cover three buzz, but they're playing extra deep. It's cover three hot, not buzz. Cover three, three under, three deep. You know the pressure's coming. It's 1-on-1. Somebody's gonna lose. I'm actually shocked that he got this ball even off. Let's see Reek's technique out there. I mean, he's just playing off. Doesn't fake on the double move. My goodness. I just don't like the routes being run. I just think they can't move. They look so bad. 4th and 13. All right. So we got nothing. We had a couple good play calls. I think the play calls weren't bad on 1st and 2nd down. The execution just looks really bad. All right, here we go. We're gonna go good old run up the middle. That looks like zone. Let's take a look at it. Yep. Good cutback. Good run. 23 does a good job in this one. We still can't. 74 cannot do anything with this monster in the middle. He's just getting ass kicked. 2nd and 7. 2x2. I don't even think 3 is that good. He looks very like stiff. Anyway, they do bump this motion out, huh? I mean, there's some guys moving around kind of weird on defense too. Try to show the single high, but they're playing too high. You can just kind of tell. 4-man rush. All right, look at the route concept. What do we got here? Option route. Think they're waiting on that? Think they're waiting for this just to surround them? I'm not even gonna look at the bottom. Who cares? It's something over there that's indistinguishable. I don't know exactly what it is. 32. But it hit him with the same kind of China concept on the backside. 3 under, 2 in. One's gonna run the pivot. Think we're gonna win. Doesn't. Such a bad throw. They're playing that kind of like pseudo cover one. I got the first guy to me. Oh no, they don't. I don't know what 13's doing. He might be wrong. Looks like everybody's playing cover one except 13. Unless the safety number 20 has him. That's weird. That's a bust. Purdy's already made up his mind. I don't blame him at this point. There's really no. I mean, I think 84 is kind of open, but I know the safety's kind of sitting there. It's almost like they're playing like they could be playing a triangle between these 3 guys. That could technically be a triangle, but you don't see triangles out of cover one by most teams. 4th and 1, they go for it. Nope, they don't. All right. As you see, guys, this is just really like there's nothing innovative that we're looking at and saying, "Oh, wow, this is really cool. This is really good football." It's just kind of like, all right. I bet you I turn on a film of Liam Cohen, I'm gonna be like, that's a really good play design. I'm not saying Kyle hasn't had his days this year, but this is just looking real limited right now. 3 receivers at the bottom. We should know what we're gonna get. All right, they hit it with the flood route. Okay, cool. So I like this play. This one is a good design. We kind of been running this little option route over here, but now we're going to kind of get a semi version of flood because we're going to get our control route here, which would be the same thing if somebody was running a flat route. And we're going to get this route, which should be good. I'm assuming he's running a post versus all this split field safety stuff that he'd be getting, especially if that's the quarter side. If they know how to get to that, then we're in good shape. There it goes. So you play this soft zone quarters, what are you going to do when this guy gets so much separation? There's a lot of room here. You're going to get 2 guys sucked up. And this is what's going to happen. It's pretty good. Number 3 probably can make a play if he turns his hips. He has no work. Instead of turning this way, he turned the other way, but he would lose vision on the quarterback. Also, Purdy to make this happen had to step back, move, sprint. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of shit going on. Who's the receiver at the top just jogging around? Man, we got some really, really poor route running. Just This looks slow. All right, 2x2. Another flood concept. See, the Niners, I didn't go over it in my last one, but they've been running more flood as of late. I think this is a good job by him to get out of there and run, um, which is kind of really good versus a lot of what we've seen versus the Niners when they run a lot of digs. You know what I mean? It kind of stretches the defense. I do think the flood plan was a smart thing to do. All right, 1st and 10, 3-by-1, draw play. I like this play. Yep, I do like that play. That should get the pass rush up the field. Yeah, that's a good play. Oh, geez, 74 just can't buy a block. 42 is pretty agile, but that's just I could have been more yards. 2nd and 6. Oh, there goes the play I said worked. They came back to it. Actually caught him in a pressure. So the defense is actually in a good defense versus this. But still, the guy who's chasing is this guy at number 3. So as long as we get blocks, we got yards. You do. Good stuff. All right. 1st and 10. Motion. Still playing this soft too high. They got him there. So they figured out where the cloud side is. It looks like the cloud side's been to the running back side. That's kind of what they've, I think, tried to do. And they hit him with a little 7 concept. So that's good. They've been thinking. They caught him. Little smash concept. Nice. This is the good drive that ended in a interception. All right. They come out. Little inside zone again. Make sure that's inside zone. It yeah, it's inside zone. I think that's inside zone. It looks like it. All right. We got offset, motion back, 2 receiver side, Stockton Malone. We're going to get our classic option route. Linebacker's ready for it. He's playing man to man coverage. He comes down even. He knows that he's going out. Ball's thrown behind him, dropped, interception. Simple as that, boys. There's really not much to break down here. This is just a poorly thrown ball. It's thrown inside. He doesn't hit him on where he can turn and run. And C-Mac tries his best to catch it. It's one of the hardest catches to make. I think he would be hard on himself and say he needs to bring it in. And they get one of the lucky touchdowns of the game. All right, so now we keep on going. Now we're going to see more offensive passing. We get good old, looks like I don't know what this is. Just double dig. Outside guy running a China. I don't know. Is the ground wet or something? But why is that route so sloppy by who's that, number 5 again? Look at this route. Look how he doesn't come out of the break. He doesn't, looks like he can't run, man. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. How you have an NFL receiver look like this? I know guys in college. I know Purdy gets somebody up in his face, but that's just not a good throw. I mean, that's not a good route. So a lot of these routes are built off of they're trying to keep a tight end in to protect. So you're getting a lot of 2-man, 1-man routes where it could be usually just like two by two routes with this guy being like an extra receiver. This is I'm gonna throw it to McCaffrey no matter what. I mean, he's the open guy though. So they're running double digs versus this too high look. They figured, we're gonna suck people out, throw it to McCaffrey. I mean, that's if it's there, it's there. The problem is these guys are doing such a good job of playing vision and break that they're coming up quick. So how do you beat that? You got to be able to time throws over the middle of the field, and they can't play everything. You can't allow them to sit back like this, and all these defenders playing old school backpedal vision defense, and then be able to also and then they can still cover that. No, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. This is no different than if you were playing zone drops on your defense, but the back is still matching. The guys in the secondary are still matching. At least the corners are. All right, so we're gonna get a full 2x2. Start. Purdy needs to stay in the pocket. Okay, this one I actually think was actually a pretty good route here. Isolation on the outside. They got the quarter side. Oh no, wrong one. Sorry. That ball was thrown so late. I don't know what this is. Corner. I can't tell. It's just so hard to tell with these routes. Whatever. They try to isolate the outside guy, get their best player the ball on an outbreaking route versus the corner, and it's just didn't work out for us. Kittle usually comes up with that. What's the down distance? Fourth and six. This is gonna be it. Everybody's running fourth quarter. I forgot the defense. Their offense is moving the ball pretty well too. So okay. So this is like the option route. I think that maybe somebody was talking about. It's just a three PO, three option. He's working out, and then he's gonna work the boom, work outside most of the time. That's all that is. Kittle has, I mean, what's his name has no time to win this round. It does become actually a flood concept. So I do like this design. I kind of wish they would use this against maybe more of the zone defenses, but they're playing man coverage. They're playing this kind of off man coverage. It's not even off. It's just press everybody else except the safety, inside help. I mean, you can't get any easier than that. Let's see the D line stuntage. Little inside Tom. Pleasant gets his ass kicked on the outside. Oh, poor Purdy. I don't think Purdy played poorly in this second half. I think he did. I think he played not so great the first half, but I also believe he wasn't told to throw it to certain people in the first half. I just feel like he was kind of locked in, and his timing and his clock was fucked up. Now this is just him just trying to sit in there and be a hero because he has to. So, all right, guys, appreciate you guys taking this second half with me and watching the rest. You guys like stuff like this? We do more of it, man. Talk to you later.